it's a Star Wars filled day, Nick. It's a
Yeah,
Star Wars
it
filled
is.
day, Nick. Did you know that Del Toro confirmed that Lucasfilm passed on him directing a David Goyer written Star Wars film?
I remember the rumors when he was supposed to be involved in a project, but this is Disney Lucasfilm, and you can't count on them going through with anything that's announced or talked about. They have lost more writers, directors than they've actually hired to do projects of projects that have actually happened. And that's actually an actual fact. They've lost more people than they've had people actually do a project. So yeah, I remember when he was supposed to be involved in a Star Wars project, but at this point, anytime I hear any rumors about somebody doing a Star Wars project, I'm like, yeah, that probably won't happen.
Oh, absolutely. Press X the doubt pretty
Yeah.
much universally on this stuff these days. So what's this? Well, yeah, we had this. It was Josh Harowitz basically spoke to him. So David Goyer wrote a Star Wars movie to be directed by Del Toro that we will never see. So that was David Goyer that spoke to Josh Harowitz. So he said, I wrote an unproduced Star Wars movie that Del Toro was going to direct. That was about 4 years ago. Interesting time. What came out 4 years ago? Wasn't that? Oh God, when was that? Wasn't that?
That was Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. So that was post Solo.
Yeah.
Would have been post
Oh
Solo.
no. That Solo came out before it came out between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was
This
after.
4 years
Yeah.
ago, yeah, would have been post Solo after they had said already that they were going to be clamping down and not doing more.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So Goyer said he wrote a Jedi origin script. Doesn't that sound a lot like what they're going to be making with chap who just did Indiana Jones?
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. What is his name?
I've literally just I've drawn a blank too. That's why I said Indiana Jones. But that is, isn't it? That's what they're doing.
James Mangold.
That's the Mangold film, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it is. And I guarantee you he's not going to be making that movie either, especially after what Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny just did at the box
Yep.
office. He's probably not going to be involved in that project either. It's sort of like, when D&D finished up with Game of Thrones, and they were supposed to come on and do a Star Wars project, and after the backlash they got on that final season of Game of Thrones, then apparently they were just the whole deal fell through, and they just didn't have time to do it, and then they were canceled off the Star Wars project. So
again, look at this, and then I also wrote an unproduced. I have a scriptment for an Origins of the Jedi movie, also for Star Wars, that I wrote for them. It took place 25,000 years.
Didn't James Mangold say he was the one
film.
that came up with this idea, and this is what he wanted to do?
Yeah.
But apparently this was thought up and done by Goyer like 4 years ago. So where'd you get your idea from, James? So it seems like he actually didn't come up with this idea. Somebody else did. And Kathy was like, look, do this Indiana Jones thing. I'll put you on a Star Wars project, with the origin of the Jedi and all this sort of thing.
Yeah. I can't believe that. So Goyer then said, so that would have been, I got to do that Vader Immortal VR thing, but dabbling in Star Wars would have been fun for me. So when asked why the Del Toro movie was not greenlit, he said there was just a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on over at Lucasfilm at the time. It's a cool script. There's always something going on over there.
Always some behind the scenes stuff going on over there.
So Del Toro confirmed he was attached to the script, writing on Twitter, "True, can't say much. Maybe 2 letters, J and BB. Is that 3 letters? What is that?"
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Would confirm he was attached. Can't say much. Maybe 2 letters, J and BB.
Yeah. What is that?
I have no clue.
I have no.
J.J. Abrams?
No, it wouldn't be, would it?
J
He'd write
for
JJ then, wouldn't
J.J.
he?
Abrams. I mean, there's
BB-8? Jar
yeah,
Jar Jar
maybe.
Binks? No, it's
Yeah,
2 J's. I don't know. It's yeah, I've got no idea. I've got absolutely no idea.
yeah,
I don't think the article does either, to be fair.
yeah. Because I don't think he ever clarified it, or nobody even clarified it for him.
Yeah, again, here's that mangold part. So when I mentioned to Kathy the idea that I had about going backwards, really far backwards, I was surprised that it excited her and the other wonderful people she works with at Lucasfilm.
Oh, shut up, James.
For fuck's sake. Because we know you didn't say that now, obviously.
Yeah.
What do we think? I mean, Del Toro, right? What a Del Toro Star Wars movie could have been. Would it have been good? I don't know.
I mean,
He's good,
he's good.
but would it?
He's good.
Would it? But was he a good fit for Star Wars with them not giving creativity? Is what I mean, I guess.
Yeah, the thing is, with the stranglehold that they have on the direction and what the writers and directors and stuff do, I don't know if anybody would be good for Star Wars. I think there's a
Yeah.
lot of people out there that would be good for Star Wars if they said, "Hey, make this movie and just let them go." And but I mean, they're so restrictive on the people that are making these things for them. I think it makes it hard for anybody to actually make anything good. And a lot of people, like I can't remember who it was. There was one big time director who was asked, "Would you ever want to do a Star Wars movie?" And he was like, "Absolutely not," because of the way
There's a
things
few that
are
have
at
said that, isn't
Lucasfilm.
there?
Yeah, so even in the industry of all these creators and directors and stuff, like they know what a shit show it is over there, and nobody wants to go work over at Lucasfilm. I mean, we don't even know how much longer freaking John Favreau's going to be there. I mean, it's looking and seeming like he's got 1 foot out the door already at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, Del Toro. I think if you were to give him just a movie, just go off and make a movie unconnected to anything, and they gave him free reign so he could do his own aesthetic as well, I think that'd be amazing because he's so good with the practical VFX, right? The practical effects that he has is just absolutely amazing, and it works very, very well. You know, you could compare some of the stuff that is in Hellboy to, you know, the cantina. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of the Tatooine stuff, and it compares excellently. So he would be good in that regard, but terrible with KK and the sort of overreach that they have, creative control over the directors. That would be the bad part.
Yeah, and he's really good at just fantasy stuff, just you know, on its own, like the witches, the troll hunters, Pan's Labyrinth. I mean, he's done a ton of fantasy stuff. Like he knows fantasy.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I think he would be perfect to do a Star Wars movie, but it's just the restraints that Lucasfilm puts on people. So
yeah,
and then everybody would hate him and be like, "Oh, this movie sucks," you know. And he's like, "Oh, this isn't the movie. This isn't the movie I wanted to make."